Did you know that even if we've purchased the so-called good brand of dog food that has been verified to use healthy ingredients, that it could still be making our dogs sick, even terminally ill? At the end of this video, I'm providing a free PDF cheat sheet that you can save to your phone so it's quick and easy to use when you're out shopping so you can compare dog food ingredients to what's good and what's not. I learned the hard way with my sweet Siberian Husky Luna that a common practice in the big corporate dog food industry is to swap out the good ingredients for cheaper, less healthy ingredients once they've amassed a large customer base so as to increase their profits. You literally have to check and recheck the ingredients every time you make a purchase because they so often change these ingredients, sometimes even monthly. If you haven't watched my health update on my dog Luna, go back and find that one in my list because it has more information on what could really go wrong by giving your dog the wrong dog food and what kinds of horrible issues and disorders it can cause with your pooch. Okay, let's dive in and see in real time what a bad, better, and good dog food actually looks like. Okay, now that we're here on a grocery store website, I'm going to try not to talk about specific brands. I'm not promoting a brand. I don't want to knock a brand. I'm just trying to talk specifically about which ingredients are good and bad for your dog today. But we're on a very popular website for groceries and dog food. And you can see they have a variety of really popular brands of dog food here. So, this is like one of the most popular dog foods in the country right here. Let's take a look at that. If you go, let's see, where's their ingredients? We're going to look here. Ingredients. Okay. So first of all, dogs are meat eaters, okay? So the most important thing when you're looking for a dog food, if you ever just want to keep it simple, is try to find a dog food that is as close to a one ingredient dog food as possible, that ingredient being some kind of meat, okay? And dog foods are required by the government, by FDA regulations, to list the ingredients in the dog food based on in the order in the ingredients based on the percentage of the food that ingredient make up. So the very first ingredient on the list means that's what there is most of in that dog food. And if you look at this one, the number one ingredient is corn, which is, a dog does not need corn. Corn is not good for a dog. And it's just filler. It's just a giant, the number one ingredient in the world's the country's most popular dog food is corn. And then the second ingredient is chicken byproduct, meal. If you ever see the words byproduct or meal listed in the ingredients, that's bad news. The byproducts are, the beaks, the toenails, the parts of the innards and guts that we wouldn't normally eat or feed to our animals. It can sometimes have feces in the intestines. And when you see the word meal used, man, that's some of the worst stuff. So that's typically if a cow, for example, is sick on the farm, they'll put that cow down. Maybe it has a disease or an illness, and then they sell that meat. They sell that cow to the dog food companies because there aren't regulations against that in dog food, and often it's grinded up, infected, sick animals when you see byproduct and meal in your list. And that is the number two item on the list here. We've got a bunch of corn and we've got a bunch of really bad meat product in here. Then we go into corn protein meal, more corn. And you see when they do this, they're finding other cheaper ways to increase the amount of protein in the food so that on the bag they can say high in protein. but it's coming from corn, which a dog's digestive system, or sometimes it comes from oh, in fact, look, this one has soybean meal in it as well. So soy, corn, peas, you'll see things like wheat and wheat gluten, things like that. Those are just substitutes to up the percentage of protein that they're listing on the bag, and it just makes your animal poop more. It doesn't do anything for them. So, and then if you get down further in the list, there's a lot of chemicals in here, preservatives. So they're using a lot of these, sulfates in here, folic acids. There's just a whole bunch of stuff in here that's unneeded, including the world's most cancer-causing dyes to dye the food. They're using the yellow 5, red 40, and the blue 2, all the cancer-causing dyes that are now illegal in most states in our food, in human food. So, anyways, this is just probably one of the worst dog foods out there. Again, I'm not trying to slam a brand. I'm just talking about the ingredients. Okay, so let's look at maybe something that isn't so bad. Let's go to, I'll just go to another website, another popular shopping website for pet food. Let's see what we got here. Let's look for dog food. Okay, let's look at this brand. And let's go to their ingredients. Okay. Right off the list, the very first ingredient is water buffalo. So that's great. It's a meat. The second on the list is a meal ingredient, which isn't optimal, but because the first ingredient is water buffalo, is meat, that's not as bad. Lamb meal, chicken meal. So the first three ingredients are meat products, and we don't know what is in anything that's called meal. And it's an area where any dog food provider can slack a little bit. But maybe they're actually using a good mix of healthy organ meats and whatnot. We don't know. Sweet potatoes isn't bad for dogs. Peas isn't great. Pea and pea flour is unnecessary. That's just filler, and it ups the protein count. Peas aren't the worst for a dog. There are soy and wheat and corn. Those are far worse for dogs than peas. So I don't hate it. I wish it wasn't there. If it said chickpeas, that would be better than peas, by the way. Chickpeas are actually better for dogs. Chicken fat. See, here's the other thing. Often when you see chicken fat and fat, it's usually rancid meat. It's meat that's gone bad that they've put into the dog food. So I don't like that. Egg product. We don't know what egg product is. Roasted bison. Okay. Venison. Okay. Beef. Flavors, tomatoes. This one I would classify a dog food like this, and it doesn't have the dyes in it. It doesn't have the dangerous preservatives like the BHA and BHT. If you ever see BHT or BHA, those are absolutely cancer causing. And cause all kinds of skin diseases and problems for dogs. You really want to avoid that. Again, this will all be on my cheat sheet that I'll provide to you for free at the end of this. Let's see. Yeah, so this one's not bad. I would call this a middle of the line dog food. It's not cheap either. It's $58 for, how many pounds is that? 28 pounds. It's it's more on the affordable side. Let's go back to the list and let's see if we can find one that we like in here. Okay, let's look at this dog food. Again, I'm not promoting brands. But here on this one, let's see, they're claiming, hey, this is an alternative to raw dog food. It's from ethically sourced raw chicken and wild caught seafood in New Zealand. Well, that sounds great. So let's look at the ingredients. And the very first ingredient is beef. The second ingredient is beef lung. That's excellent. Beef tripe, excellent. Beef liver. Look, there's no meals. There's no any of that other stuff. No blends, no meal. Yeah, see, look, all of the first five ingredients are meat. And then we get into bone, which is great. So they grind up the bone powder, which is great for the dogs so they can ingest it more easily. Glucosamine, chondroitin for their joints. So they add vitamins. They're adding a vitamin mix into the food. So way down on the list, we start to get into some stuff. So way down, they have some beef fat in there, which I don't love that because we can't trust that it isn't rancid meat or sick animals. Dried green peas. Now I don't mind this dried green peas. It's literally like the 10th item on the list. No big deal. Lentils. So we're so far down. Oh, and pumpkin is good for dogs. Apples, great. Quinoa, fish oils. See, I mean, you're really into healthy. Yeah, this is all, yeah, chicory root, kelp, way down on the list. So, what they're doing in this case is trying to provide the fiber and the vitamin content for the dog in addition to the meat, which is great. They're using vitamin E as the preservative. So rather than using chemicals to preserve the food, they're actually using vitamin E as the preservative, which is fantastic, and vitamin D. This is great. So this is a excellent food in my opinion. It's more expensive, obviously, than ones we've looked at, but that would make there's nothing there to agitate a dog or cause a flare up if they have an issue. So this is some pretty healthy food on this one. This is just some examples to sort of walk you through so you can get used to looking at the ingredients and what to look for. But the cheat sheet, I think, will really make it more straightforward to just, here's what we're looking for, here's what we're not looking for. So I hope this helps. I'm sorry if this was a long video. It's a topic I'm passionate about. I care a lot about our furry friends and feeding them well and keeping them healthy. And please go download the free PDF. I'll put the link, depending on what platform you're watching this video on. I'll either put it in a description in the comments, or I'll just add it to my link tree so you can get to it directly from the link tree, which is usually linked in my bio. Okay. If you have any questions or if you disagree with anything I've said and would like to correct anything, we're all here to learn. So please feel free to do so. Thank you so much.